How y'all doing? This is Rob Burnham, here for Fisherman RB and the Smurfs of the Retro TV 91. This time I'm doing another movie reviews, and this time I'm reviewing Pacific Rim. What happens in this movie is about this guy named Riley Brickett, and he's a Jaeger pilot. And what a Jaeger pilot is these big robots piloted by two people. And they're fighting these kaijus, and what the kaijus are is this alien race that comes up from the sea through this portal, through other dimensions. And what we find out in the movie is that the Jaegers are a creation of this alien race that is trying to take over Earth. And they use these Jaegers to do that. And when the kaiju first come, they're category 1 or 2, and they're not that really not that bad, and the Jaegers are able to stop them. But throughout the movie, they get up to level 4, level 5, and we see the first ever level 5 at the end of the movie. Well, Riley and his brother are Jaeger pilots, and his brother winds up dying on the mission, and he was still connected to his brother, because to pilot these Jaegers, you have to be connected by mind. Both of your minds are connected into this one robot to control it. And his brother was still connected to Riley's mind whenever his brother died. And after this, he goes and builds walls to try to keep the kaiju out. And the walls ain't working, and the government has pulled funding from the Jaeger project, so they're about to lose money and lose funding, so there's only a handful of Jaeger pilots left. And the general comes and recruits Riley again, and is trying to get him a new partner. That way they got this plan to put this nuke into the portal that brings the kaijus out. And their plan is have one robot go in while the other ones give it back up. Well, before this plan happens is a kaiju attack happens, and 2 kaiju come out of the portal at once. And this is the first time this has ever happened. It's 2 category 4s. And during that fight, 2 of the last 4 remaining Jaeger robots, they get destroyed. So it's just Riley and the main robot. Excuse me. That's left. So they gotta try to blow up this portal, that way they stop the kaiju from coming. Well, at the end of the movie, they do the final battle in this with Riley and his robot and the other robot, and they go after the kaijus underwater. And there's 2 kaijus protecting the portal, because the kaijus know the humans' plan now, because one of the scientists mind bonded with the old kaiju brain, and now the creators of kaiju know what humans are trying to do, so they're protecting the portal. Well, the mission happens, and there's 3 kaijus in this last final fight. There's 2 category 4s and 1 category 5, the first ever category 5. Well, the fight happens, and the general and his co-pilot wind up sacrificing themselves with the nuclear bomb that they were supposed to send down into the portal, and takes out 2 of the kaijus. Well, Riley, his robot's nuclear power, so they had to take an old kaiju carcass and put it in the portal and hold on to it. That way they could go through the portal. Well, they do this, and the category 5 kaiju's still alive, so they got to get through him, and they latch on to him and go through the portal. Well, they lose an oxygen, so Riley gets his co-pilot out of there and keeps her alive, and then he has to manually turn on the nuclear bomb because the switch is messed up. So he has to go in there manually and do that, and then he ejects, and they blow up the kaiju's base, and then Riley and his co-pilot get back up to the surface of the water. That's all that really happened on this movie, besides the general dying and his co-pilot dying. If y'all ever watched Pacific Rim, what did y'all like about it? As always, Fisherman RB signing out. Guys, GG's awesome. It's been no episode of Retro TV 91. Next time.